Joining us now to talk about what this ruling means for the rest of the pharmaceutical industry, Chris Meekins is back with us. He's Healthcare Policy Analyst at Raymond James. Chris, good to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks, Bill.
So they were found liable, but the judge, where Wall Street was expecting a penalty of maybe $1 to $2 billion, it was only $572 million, something of a surprise there. What impact is all of this going to have on the future litigation that Meg was referring to, do you think?
Yeah, so the state was asking for $17 billion. Generally, the street thought it would be $1 to $2 billion, and it ended up being about half that at $500 million. So I think from a broader perspective, while Johnson & Johnson may want it not to tell what's going to happen in future litigation, there's no question people were watching this. And I think it could result in maybe a lower settlement than what some people were thinking in the other cases in Ohio.
What about the issue of settlement, which Meg brought up as well? We saw Purdue settle, we saw Teva settle. Might we see more of that rather than future litigation?
Yeah, I think generally speaking, the companies are going to look for a way to settle. In addition, one of the benefits of settling is that you won't necessarily have to pay all that cash up front. There are multiple different mechanisms in the funding of a potential super fund to look at ways to fund opioid treatments going forward in states across the country.
There is a very, very large case that'll be heard in New Jersey where they've consolidated so many of the lawsuits against the pharmaceutical companies on this. The judge has hope that the companies will be able to find a settlement before this thing goes to trial. What do you think is going to happen there? I mean, that really gets down to the heart of the issue for this.
Yeah, I think the ruling in Oklahoma really benefits both sides to pursue a settlement. So companies know that they probably are going to be held liable based on the Oklahoma ruling. And from a city, county, state government side, they may not be able to get as much money as they were planning. So whether you're a pharmaceutical manufacturer like Teva, Purdue, Johnson & Johnson, or a drug distributor like McKesson or AmerisourceBergen that's really a part of these lawsuits, you're going to look for a way to structure a settlement to really put this behind you, to really stop that overhang on the stocks.
In terms of the monetary damages that were demanded of J&J today, it was, as Bill mentioned, lower than what the street was looking for. Does that change the math for some of this future litigation or future settlements?
I think it does. I think it may bring it down a hair, but you're still looking at more than 1,500 lawsuits across the country involving cities, counties, and states. So while Oklahoma was one of 50 states, there's still going to be a large amount of money. So for example, the drug distributors, we anticipate you could see them being hit for north of $20 billion among all the distributors and what a settlement could look like.
Chris Meekins with Raymond James. Again, good to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks so much, Bill.